Well, there's a big article in the Wall Street Journal. It was a good half page on the personal section. We're talking about longevity and what people's in the United States, what their sort of expectations were. And the important thing was that almost 60% said, 90 is enough for me. I don't want to live to be 100. I'll be happy with 90. And, of course, the younger kids in their teens want to live to be well beyond 100. But as people got older, seeing people in hospice and so forth, people say, I don't want to go there. And so the expectations for a healthful longevity began to come down once people passed 40 years of age. Well, that's because people aren't doing all the right stuff to get there. And what I want you to do is think about the book Immortality, the book Immortality, and the CD that goes along with it, From Here to Immortality, and the CD, What Kills Billionaires. And what you're going to find is we already know the secrets for a healthful longevity. In fact, the example is the oldest living person right now, according to the Guinness World Book of Records, in modern times, is a 123-year-old guy of the last name of Lauren, Lauren, and he's 123 years old. He lives up at 13,000 feet elevation next to Lake Titicaca in Bolivia, and every morning, 7 days a week, he gets up and he takes his flock of sheep out to the pasture, and he herds sheep. He lives in a thatch roof hut with a dirt floor, no utilities, absolutely no private or government insurance, absolutely no access to clinics or hospitals or doctors or pharmacists or pharmaceuticals. And yet he lives to be 123 and he's still functional. He's working like a 40-year-old man, 13,000 feet elevation, without a wheelchair, without walkers, crutches, without canes. And it's just amazing. Well, that's because he's getting all the raw materials. In the book Immortality, we look at the top 20 longevity cultures on Earth, and we show you the common threads. They actually have 25 common threads, and it's very, very easy to see how these things combined will add many healthful years to your life. And, of course, basically what it covers, the correct diet, the 90 essential nutrients, 100,000 ORAC points per day, and you have to be obsessed about this. You have to be obsessed about longevity in this day of time if you're going to make it. If you're casual about it, you're not going to make it. And this is something you're going to get the information to allow you to be obsessive from the book Immortality, the CD, From Here to Immortality, and the CD, What Kills Billionaires. Now, a correct diet, of course, is a diet that doesn't have any free radicals in it, or very few. Better yet, none. We're talking about no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, no oils, no margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, cooking oils. If you eat canned fish, they got to be packed in water, mustard, tomato sauce, and not oils. Then you need to eat lots of eggs. I want you to eat maybe six to 8 eggs per 100 pounds of body weight per day. They cannot be fried. They have to be soft scrambled in butter, not margarine oil. They can be soft poached, soft boiled. The yolk must be soft. This is going to give you the raw materials to your brain and reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease, and it's the raw material for your brain to maintain the myelin, the white matter of the brain. You take the 90 essential nutrients and take 4 to 6 eggs every day, appropriate, per 100 pounds of body weight, and stay away from all the bad stuff in your diet. The odds of you getting Alzheimer's disease is reduced by at least 80%, maybe 100%. We just don't have enough time and grade, so to speak, to be able to say more than that, but certainly by 78%, as there is a double-blind, randomized, gold standard study by a big medical university, came out in 2004, which said, hey, supplementation and a particular diet actually reduced the risk of Alzheimer's disease in 2,500 people versus 2,500 controls, and who didn't take the vitamin supplement. They all lived in the same little valley, and this information, of course, is in some detail in the book. We're analyzing the soil right now, all kinds of nifty things. You need the 90 essential nutrients. In the old days, for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we recycled wood ashes, which are really plant minerals, into our gardens, and we ate the corn and the tomatoes and beans and peas and okra and bell peppers and sweet potatoes and onions and pumpkins and the things that sucked up all these minerals, and we ate that food, and we were supplementing with minerals during those days thousands of years ago. But they weren't in capsules. The minerals were in the food that we ate because we fertilized the garden with these minerals, a.k.a. wood ashes. Well, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, all that ended. Thomas Edison pulled the switch in the first commercial electric generating plant, and as a result, within the next 10 years, there was absolutely no wood ashes left in any industrialized nations from heating and cooling and running your house and farms and factories, because everything was run with electricity, propane, natural gas, no more wood ashes. And everybody didn't make up the difference. Nobody replaced the wood ashes as your source of nutritional minerals with any supplement. Well, you also need 100,000 ORAC points. ORAC stands for oxygen radical absorption capacity. It's a measurement of how many free radicals are neutralized by the antioxidants in the food or supplement. This was brought on by the USDA because these long-lived cultures, they eat all these exotic fruits, everything from mangosteen, goji, acai berry, and aloe, and so forth. But they have 24 other common threads, and so if you just drink these exotic, wonderful juices, we sell them, we love them. But if you take those alone and don't take in the 90 essential nutrients, you're not going to make it. So this book is a recipe for longevity. Immortality, the book, From Here to Immortality, and What Kills Billionaires, the 2 CDs that go along with it. You can live to be well beyond 100 and health away, but you're going to have to be obsessive to pull it off. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
I thought we'd talk about drugs, as I've got a Reuters news story headline: Study questions FDA shorter drug approval times. And this was actually a study that was released in the Journal of the American Medical Association. And the authors, Thomas Moore of the Institute of Safe Medication Practices and Dr. Kurt Furberg, a professor at Wake Forest School of Medicine, he said new drugs that have received expedited review by the FDA are being tested on fewer patients, leaving many safety questions unanswered even after they're approved. And they say that what these guys did was they examined the development times, clinical testing, and risks associated with 20 new drugs approved in 2008. 8 were given expedited review and 12 a standard review. They found that the expedited drugs underwent a median of 5.1 years of clinical testing before being approved, compared to 7.5 years for those that underwent the standard review. In many cases, the safety monitoring trials that were supposed to be conducted after the products were approved were either not conducted, not completed, or not submitted to the FDA. According to the authors, they say the testing of new drugs has shifted from a situation in which most testing was conducted prior to the initial approval to a situation in which many innovative drugs are more rapidly approved after a small trial in a narrower patient population with extensive additional testing conducted after approval. At the urging of Congress and the drug industry, the FDA over the past decade has introduced multiple mechanisms for speeding new drugs to the market. Critics say the agency is approving products before they've been fully vetted. Of the drugs that were studied by Moore and Furberg, they say that the FDA required 85 follow-up trials to monitor for safety. By 2013, 5 years later, only 40% of those studies have been completed. The FDA said in a statement that it will review the article in more detail, but that on the surface, quote, it shows that the expedited development programs are working as intended by getting promising new drugs to patients more quickly. Not one mention about whether they're safe or not, and you know, what drug comes to mind? Vioxx, maybe? And some of the other ones that have killed a lot of people, and then they were later taken off the market by the company itself because they were for fear of lawsuits. And they go on to say, traditionally required 2 controlled clinical trials to prove that a drug is safe and effective. Over the time, the agency has relaxed the evidence it is willing to accept for certain products. In some cases, they will accept data from a single trial, and success may be judged on the basis of a surrogate measure such as tumor shrinkage that may or may not translate into concrete measures such as increased survival. So it's really now all about just getting these drugs to the market so you can start selling them.
Yeah, and it's a political tool, too, that the Congress said, hey, you have the epidemic of AIDS and everybody's screaming for something. Is okay, we'll get that expedited and, vote for me and I'll make sure the drugs get out faster. And so it was kind of a vote-getting tool to begin with. And when the other politicians saw that it worked, they all want to do that. And basically, when you give people a tool and they have no repercussions for misuse of the tool, then they're going to keep doing it. As you say, there's a lot of money involved. It's just really a tragic situation. If anybody else would do this stuff other than the FDA, they'd be put in jail. They would be put in jail, and their business would be smashed and taken away by the government.
Yeah, can you imagine a car coming out on the market and we'll test it for safety, whether the brakes work or not, after we sell a whole bunch of them?
Exactly. After it's killed a bunch of people, we'll evaluate it. Yeah, right. Everything the FDA approves, one of the major side effects is always death. Death is the main side effect of every drug that's ever approved by the FDA, even over-the-counter ones. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 90 for Life Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And if you're one of these people who want to take care of yourself and don't want to be running the doctor all the time, you need to get that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy, and learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, and aromatherapy oils. That's the trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy. And, oh, yeah, they're tax deductible as an office reference file if you do the longevity business legitimately as a business. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Colorado. And Linda, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Linda, you're on the air.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Yes, ma'am.
I had some blood tests recently,
Okay.
and my vitamin B12 showed high, and my serum ferritin showed too high. And I wondered if that could be related in any of your supplements I'm taking, if I should stop taking the iron, and if the old cyanocobalamin could have raised that B12 high and not be meaningful.
Okay.
What can you tell me?
Okay, good. How much do you weigh?
105.
Okay, so you're a small person. What of our products are you taking?
Most of them. 2-tangerine, glucogel, sweeties, selenium, OPCT, digestive enzymes, de-stress, HGH, EFA+, Smart FX, OsteoFX.
Well, you've done that before. Very good. Okay.
I read it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to appreciate that the upper and lower limits of things in your blood are most of the time, what should I say, kind of rule of thumb stuff. They're really not the true limits. For instance, doctors want you to believe that your cholesterol should be below 200. They get all excited and happy when your blood cholesterol is down to 90. Well, anything below 200 means you are really in trouble. You're going to get Alzheimer's disease. You're going to increase your risk of type 2 diabetes by 52%. Men will have low testosterone, erectile dysfunction. Women will have really terrible PMS and also terrible menopausal symptoms, adrenal exhaustion. And so it's insane because they want your cholesterol below 200. Normal is 220 to 270. Same way with B12. Just because the average person 200 years ago had a certain blood vitamin B12 level doesn't mean that's the correct amount. You know, even 100 years ago, even 50 years ago, people are on marginal diets and so forth, and here you are, you're supplementing, and so you're going to be higher than their average. Certainly you're going to be higher sometimes than their high normal. And so none of these are, like if you have 600% more, I would question that. But the fact that you have just a little bit above would be normal. Tell me about the ferritin.
Well, my reading was 187. They list 115 to 150 as normal. So
Yep.
it was registered
So
high.
what I would do, how many of our selenium are you taking?
Just one per day now.
Yeah, I would go ahead and take 2 twice a day because the copper that's in the selenium product, the ultimate selenium, when it's low, your iron builds up because you can't move it around. You need copper to move iron around. And we'll be back after these messages. Standing on those tracks waiting for the epidemics to hit you, and I'm not talking about swine flu and bird flu. I'm talking about epidemics of Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, stroke, cancer. That's because you've been following the doctor's advice. Oh, another one, yeah. is vitamin D3 deficiency. Everybody in America is right now vitamin D3 deficient because they listen to doctors. Stay out of the sun, sun blocker, smeared all over you, put big hats on, gloves, long-sleeve shirts, no egg yolks, and don't take any vitamins, minerals. Anything the doctor tells you is going to make you sick. So you want to flee from the doctor whenever he gives you some nutritional advice. Well, get a hold of that book, God Bless America. It teaches you how to survive doctors, natural disasters, civil unrest, and invasion by foreigners, including aliens from space and some other countries that might want to think about invading us. So get the book, God Bless America. God bless America, and save yourself. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to California. And Madru, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Madru, you're on the air.
Hello, Dr. Wallach. I have my neighbor. She is on the Healthy Start Pack, and she got her blood test yesterday, and she wanted me to ask you. She's got a couple of things she's concerned about. One is AST.
Okay.
And the other one is GGT.
Okay. Well, GTT has to do with liver function and drugs, either street drugs or pharmaceuticals. The higher that level is, it means is your liver function is being interfered with by some pharmaceutical or street drug. The AST has to do.
Drugs. She doesn't take any drugs.
No pharmaceuticals.
No.
Does she smoke?
No.
Okay. All right. It'd be very interesting to find out, does she live on a farm?
No.
Okay. Does she have a dog or cat?
No. She's a vegetarian.
Ah, okay. Well, we're getting closer. Okay. Yeah, if she's a vegetarian, she may be getting some farm chemicals or something like that. There's something putting pressure on her liver, which makes the GTT go up. Yeah, the ASAT has to do with liver, bones, that kind of stuff. And if she's a vegetarian, at least you should add some eggs to her diet, be a ovo-vegetarian, and she should take the 90 essential nutrients appropriate for body weight. Wouldn't hurt for do a hair analysis. You can actually look in Chapter 11 of the book Rare Earths Forbidden Cures. It tells you how to collect the hair correctly, where to send it, how to send it, and so forth, and get a hair analysis, and then read the hair analysis back to me over the air. I would do at least that. Okay.
How about that urban rainforest I just heard about?
Oh, the herbal rainforest. Well, that cannot hurt. A lot of people take a tablespoon of that, which is a half ounce, every night before bed. Herbal rainforest is kind of a safe cleanse. It has 14 herbs and 77 plant minerals in it. And herbal rainforest is just a fantastic product. We've actually had it for, it's got to be 25 years. And it has 14 legendary cleansing herbs. In the old herbal terminology, it's used for a liver cleanse, blood cleanse, and colon cleanse. So it cannot hurt for her. Go ahead and take a tablespoon of that and a half ounce at bedtime with a glass of water. But to get that hair analysis, and then call me back with the results. We'll be back after these messages.
And that does open a line. If you'd like to talk to Dr. Wallach today, call us toll-free, 888-379-2552. That's 888-379-2552. Lines open.
Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 90 for Life Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Again, that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. If you exercise or you sweat during your labors, you want to get a hold of that book called Energy Crisis. There is a CD that goes along with it, Energy Crisis. And it goes over all these energy drinks, sports drinks, including the longevity, Rebound, and ACT, things like pollen bursts, all the wonderful energy drinks and sports drinks we have that are quite safe and full of nutrition, our Rebound has 100 nutrients in it. The other sports drinks on the market have anywhere from 2 to 6 nutrients. Let's see, what's better for your young athlete, whether in a Pee Wee League, a Pop Warner League, junior high school, university, Olympic athletes, aspiring pros, or just sort of like the business's softball team or bowling team. Oh, yeah, Rebound. And to get a hold of that book, Energy Crisis, and the CD, Energy Crisis, so you understand how all the herbs work. Don't forget Java Fit Coffee. There's an energy drink. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Arlington, Virginia. And Carmen, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Carmen, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Dr. Wallach. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How can I help you today?
My hair is falling out, and I'm not bald or anything, but it's really thin. And I called a couple months ago, and I guess you didn't tell me anything for hair, so I went to the hairdresser. I haven't gone in like 5 years, and she said, "Does your hair always fall out like this?" And that a lot of it comes out when you comb it or wash it or whatever. I don't know if that's
well, tell me about your skin first. Do you have any eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis?
No.
Okay, good. Do you have any history of asthma as a kid?
No. I had bronchitis as a kid, but not.
Okay, well, that's useful. That's useful. Did you have any belly issues, any constipation, diarrhea, belly pain, appendicitis?
No, I had my appendix out last November. It just, I didn't know it was hurt. I didn't go there for that. I went for my arm, but I had a pain in my belly, and they took my appendix out. They didn't care about my arm.
Okay, did that help your belly pain?
Yeah, the pain went away after.
Okay. Now, do you have any children?
Ago, finally.
Do you have any children?
No, I never got married.
Okay.
I don't have any kids.
Okay. Does he have brothers and sisters?
I have one sister.
Okay. Does she have any health problems?
Yeah, her hair is worse than mine.
Oh, my. Okay. Yeah, I believe you have gluten intolerance. You're not able to absorb stuff that's required to maintain hair. So why don't you go on a gluten-free diet? What do you weigh?
I'm 117 now. I have to lose another 10 pounds probably.
Okay. You're what, 5 foot?
I'm 5'1.5".
Okay. Yeah, so 100 pounds for 5'1.5", that's fine. And so what I want you to do is get on a gluten-free diet, but I do want you to maintain calories so you don't lose too much weight. So what I'd like you to do is eat things like baked sweet potatoes with butter and cinnamon. I want you to eat at least 4 eggs a day, either scrambled in butter or soft poached, soft yolks, soft boiled with soft yolks. Stay away from all the fried foods, no processed meats or nitrates and nitrites, no oils, no margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, cooking oils, canned fish. You got to be packed in water, mustard, tomato sauce, not oil. And then I want you to take 1 healthy heart and brain pack per month, and I want you to divide it in half. Take a half a dose of each of the products at breakfast and a half a dose of each of the products at dinner time, so that 1 healthy heart and brain pack will last you a month. Then I'd like you to also get what we call hair, skin, and nails. Hair, skin, and nails is a product. I want you to take 3 of those twice a day, so it'll be 2 bottles a month. That's going to give you the raw material specifically for your skin, hair follicles to give nutrition to the hair, growing hair. Also, I'd like you to take our glucogel, get a hold of the glucogel, which is the raw material that the hair is actually made of. And I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. And so 1 bottle is going to last you a month. That's the glucogel. It's full of collagen and so forth. Very, very good for hair, nails, and skin. And wouldn't hurt to throw in what we call our Ocean's Gold, which is going to make your thyroid gland happy, just in case. Throw in the Ocean's Gold. Take 2 of those twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of the Ocean's Gold. Then call me every couple of weeks. Let me know how your hair is doing. The hair should stop dropping out very quickly when you get on a gluten-free diet and take the supplement program. And then call me every couple of weeks and give me some kind of update, either a progress report or lack of progress report. Hopefully we won't have to tweak it too much, but I think probably this should get you going in the right direction. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Seattle, Washington. And Cooper, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Cooper, you're on the air.
Hi, Doc. Yeah, I had a question.
Yes,
the cat has a hyperthyroid condition, and the thing is swallowed up a lot, and they've been doing radiation treatments on it, and I don't think that's going to work.
You say this is a cat?
Yeah, cat.
C-A-T, they're radiating the thyroid gland of a cat?
Yeah.
Now, this is low thyroid or high thyroid?
Hi.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I would change the cat food. Whatever you're feeding it, change it.
Okay.
Then you want to find a food that doesn't have all the same ingredients. Things that make your thyroid gland go crazy are cruciferous vegetables, things like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale. And now, because fish and meat are so expensive, a lot of dog and canned foods and dry canned and dog foods and cat foods are using a lot of grains as filler because meat is so expensive and fish so expensive. And as a result, we're getting a lot of, and they use grains and vegetables, we're getting a lot of these weird diseases in dogs and cats that used to be limited to humans. And so you got to make sure the food doesn't have all those nice vegetarian things in there. Cats are made to eat rats and mice and frogs and toads and birds and things. So you want to get some complete cat food and dog food. And then I would also add our Arthrodex, which is a perfect supplement for meat-eating critters, including cats and dogs. Is 1 scoop for 25 pounds of body weight, and most adult cats will weigh anywhere from 6 to 8 pounds. So just give the cat a half a scoop of the Arthrodex, so 1 canister will last you a couple of months. And it's going to give the cat everything it needs to make the thyroid gland happy. The thyroid gland is like any other tissue in the body, requires all 90 essential nutrients. If it doesn't get it, it does weird things. Sometimes it goes to sleep and you get low thyroid. Sometimes you get hyperactive. You get high thyroid, depending on what else is in the diet. So call me every couple of weeks and let me know what's going on here, Cooper. Okay, Doug, we have time to start another one.
We sure do. Let's head to Texas. And Jackie, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Jackie, you're on the air.
Hi. I have a question. You had mentioned a while back, you gave the name of a micro bug and a medicine, antibiotics to take for it, for RA.
Okay, sure. Okay, Shar, are you there?
I think that was you.
That's me.
I'm here.
Yeah, Shar?
Yes,
Did you know the bug that causes rheumatoid arthritis?
I do.
And what's the name of the bug?
It's a PPO, you called it.
Yep, PPLO. Mm-hmm.
And
Pneumonia-like
killer biotic will get rid of it.
Yeah, it's actually PPLO, plural pneumonia-like organism, is actually a respiratory organism. But the specific name of the bug, which is kind of like, it has features of a bacteria because it can be killed with an antibiotic, but it also has features of a virus because it uses your DNA and RNA to replicate. It's called mycoplasma, is a specific name for the bug. But Shar is exactly right. It's classified as a PPLO. Mycoplasma, mycoplasma. And the antibiotic, which I don't like to use first because, as Shar says, the killer biotic will support the body's immune system, and 2 of the 8 herbs in the blend actually have antimicrobial properties. And so I like to use 1 healthy bone and joint pack per 100 pounds of body weight, 3 of the killer biotic twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. And after a month or so, if that doesn't do the job, just add the minocycline, the tetracycline, and guess what? The bug is killed in 2 weeks. It takes a couple of months for the healthy bone and joint pack to repair the damage. And we'll be back after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Maryland. And Renee, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Renee, you're on the air.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How can we help you?
I have a difficult case. I've got a 26-year-old male. He weighs about 97 pounds. He is 5'8", and he has given what they call a diagnosis, but it's truly just a description of symptoms, which is a generalized dystonia. It's progressed to the part where he cannot walk. He's able to swallow, but he cannot speak. He really started having changes when he was about 7. They treated him about 2007 with deep brain stimuli. He got some improvement. Now he's going backwards again, like I said, because he can't walk anymore.
Okay, sure. Now, do you know this young fella intimately?
I've been around him pretty much his whole life.
Yeah.
And I've
Okay.
kind of
Well, we only have a couple of minutes here, so I'm going to have I already have an idea in my brain, but does he have any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, or rosacea on his face?
No.
Okay. Any history of asthma?
No, not that I know of.
Any bronchitis, anything like that?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. Did he have his appendix out? Do you know?
No, he has not had that out.
Okay. And let's see. Did he ever complain about belly pain?
Yeah, but it's hard to tell because he has such spasms. It's hard to tell what's real and what's Memorex.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I believe that he has a basic gluten intolerance, and so I'd put him on a gluten-free diet, absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. But at 97 pounds, I'd give him one healthy heart and brain pack per month, and divide it in half, give him half a dose of everything at breakfast, half a dose of everything at dinner. I'd give him the de-stress capsules, 3 twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of de-stress, capital D like David dash stress. And then I'd make sure he's eating 6 to 8 eggs a day. Absolutely no oils, no margarines, mayonnaise, salad dressings, no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, no fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. Don't forget the eggs, 6 eggs a day. He can eat 25 if he wants to, but no less than 6. And what I would do also is get our Slender Effects Weight Management System shake and make it with heavy whipping cream instead of water. You make it with water, he's going to lose more weight, but I want him to gain some weight, so you need to mix the Slender Effects Weight Management System shake with heavy whipping cream, throw 3 or 4 of those eggs he's supposed to eat every day in there, blend it up, and let's see, don't forget to throw in some glucogel. I'd also put in some glucogel. I'd give him 3 glucogel twice a day, and then I would also throw in 3 selenium twice a day, and that's going to help him with muscle strength and so forth. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, give us a call every couple of weeks. Okay, let's see here. How much time we have here, Doug?
Just under a minute.
Okay, well, Shar, go ahead and take the last couple of moments.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, everybody needs to take as good a care of themselves as they do of their car, and everything will be fine. Do preventative maintenance. That's the problem. People don't take care of themselves, and they got to realize, too, that if they don't, the older you get, the more you see people that don't take care of themselves and abuse themselves. They don't make it. And dying isn't so bad, but living unhealthy is really bad. It's worse than dying. So take care of yourself so you don't get in the clutches of the evil medical profession.
Exactly right. And when you have somebody who has a progressive disease like that, invariably they're not getting enough nutrition, as you say, Shar, to maintain themselves. That means they're not absorbing, and they're not supplementing, and so you have to do both. You have to get rid of the absorption problem. You are not what you eat. You are what you absorb. Well, thank you, Shar. Thank you so much, Doug and Susan. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.